Hello, welcome back. Well, today I'm going to enjoy a beer because I've had a hard day, and I thought, yeah, it's time to have a beer. So, as I'm brewing my wild winter ale, and I'll let you know a little bit about that, how it's coming along, I thought, why don't I have what I would call like a winter beer? And so I've decided to pick up a bottle of this McEwan's Champion. Now, this is not strictly speaking a winter ale, but it embodies everything I think of a winter ale, except for the spices. It used to be a Scottish beer. The Scots call them wee heavies. It's coming in at 7.3%. But unfortunately the brewery no longer exists, and McEwan's is now just a brand name, and it's owned by Marsden's in the UK, which is a big sort of like brewery. It owns lots and lots of brands, buys out lots of breweries, and then ships production to one of its own facilities, and they contract brew it, and that's basically what's happened here. So unfortunately it's not even brewed in Scotland anymore. It's brewed in a Marsden's brewery somewhere in the UK. I think it's Bedfordshire where it's actually brewed, so a long way away from Scotland. And that's also why I think it's a bit cheeky that they say on the bottle, raising a glass since 1856. Well, no. McEwan's brewery started in 1856, but that no longer exists. And in fact, it was finished when Marsden's bought the brand. They bought it, I think, off a Heineken. So even when Marsden's bought this brand, McEwan's, the brewery never existed. So I think it's a bit cheeky that they put on the bottle 1856. But I don't know, is that a bit of a trading standards? I don't know, but it's trying to make you believe something that just blatantly false. Okay, let me open it up and we'll see what it tastes like. Let me just go and get a bottle opener because I forgot one. Nice. Some nice CO2, and I'm using a traditional British pub glass. I think they call them nonic shape. 500ml bottle, so only the one beer today, 500ml at 7.3%. That looks an amazing beer. A deep red colour. I don't know what it's coming out on camera like, or it's looking a lot darker on camera. It's actually a deep red mahogany colour, but still, oh sorry, that's my local repeater, but there's still some transparency and a nice thick frothy white head. Well, it looks a really nice beer. Let's have a smell. Yeah, sweet aromas, malt, caramel. There's some fruit in there like berries. Nice big aroma. For 7.3%, I can't smell any alcohol though, which is a good sign. A lot of people didn't like this beer. They thought it was too medicinal. But I've read that a few years ago, so if you actually do some searches on YouTube, beer reviewers really didn't like it a few years ago, but I've heard they changed the recipe and they've made it much more sweeter and less alcoholic, even though they've kept it at 7.3%. Right, I'm going to take a taste. Oh, that's nice. And it is a warmer too. Oh, medium to full mouthfeel. Straight out of the bottle, or out of the glass, that's what you notice. A really nice medium to full mouthfeel. It's almost chewy, you know. Really nice sweet malts, caramel malt. There's dark fruits in there, but it's not it's not overly sweet. It's really nicely well balanced, because at the back you do get a little bit of hop and a bitterness just to finish things off, and it finishes off really dry. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that is nice. Very little alcohol, you know it's there. And you certainly, you know, you can feel it going down, the alcohol. But you don't get this sharp, medicinally sort of taste that you used to get in this beer. So whatever they changed, recipe-wise, they got it bang on. This is a really, really nice beer. And it's perfect for this time of year, when it's cold and it's raining outside and there's the wind and you're sat in front of the TV. This will be a nice accompaniment to the evening. That is a really nice beer. They also make another one, not as strong, I think it's about 5.8%. Again, Marsden's, under the McEwan's brand. And it's called Headspace, and that's meant to be a really nice beer. I don't know if it's in this style, but they age it in whiskey casks, I think, and it takes on a nice whiskey flavour. Although knowing Marsden's, they probably just add whiskey to it. Yeah, they are known a little bit to be cutting corners, you know, buying breweries, taking really good beers and then just cutting corners and just ruining them. This one though is really nice. So whether they went back to like an early original recipe before they messed with it, I don't know, but whatever they've done, they've got it right. That is a really nice beer. Nice level of carbonation though. It's quite deceptive because it doesn't look carbonated in the glass, but as soon as it's in your mouth it fizzes around. I don't know if that's out of character for a wee heavy, or whether they should be a bit more smoother, like an English bitter type thing, but it certainly helps to get all the flavours around your mouth, and there's a lot of flavour in this. If that had some winter spice, it would be an absolutely beautiful winter beer. And on the subject of winter beers, my winter beer, my Wild Winter Warmer, it's finished fermenting, but I'm going to give it, I think, an extra day just to make sure. It should come out at about 7%. So this is 3.5 days now. And I'm toying, do I bottle tonight or shall I leave it? I think I'll leave it till tomorrow, just give it another 1 day. And but from the hydrometer readings it's finished and ready for bottling. But I thought I don't know this yeast at 34 degrees C, so I'm just going to give it an extra day just to be sure, and then I'll bottle. And if it carbs as quick, I'll keep the bottles at 34 degrees as well, and if it carbs as quick as Kvite yeast, then yeah, I could be doing a taste test at the weekend. If not, my old brown, the Flanders Old Brune as it's called, is ready. That's finished carbon in the bottles. I'm going to actually be moving it, I think, tomorrow or Friday out here into the garage. And I can do a taste test of that if the Wild Winter Warmer hasn't quite finished. So there'll be another beer kit review coming up at the weekend, and either one of them is going to be really good. I'm looking forward to the Old Brown, the Flanders Old Brown, the sour beers, Belgian beers. But I'm also looking forward to the Wild Winter Warmer. Now, I've had a little sneak taste, but I'm not going to tell you what it tastes like. And has that yeast given us some lovely wild esters? So you'll have to find out. But that's going to be an interesting review as well. So keep watching. Hope you enjoyed my little review of the McEwan's Champion. It's a really nice beer. I'm not usually a lover of Marsden's beers because, like I said, they do have a reputation of taking some really nice beers, buying out a brewery, moving production, and then just tinkering with the recipes and basically ruining them. It happened to my local brewery, Thwaites. They sold out to Marsden's. Well, a good portion of the brewery they sold to Marsden's and their brands. They still exist, but it's like a little micro craft brewery. But the big brewery, they closed down. Marsden's bought the Thwaites beers, so there were things like Wainwright, which was a gold beer. There was also Bombardier. And you taste them now, and they're nothing like what they used to taste like when they was brewed in Blackburn at the Thwaites Brewery. They do it all the time, do Marsden's, but I must give them credit here that this is a really nice beer. It may not have been when they tinkered with it, but they listened and they changed the recipe, maybe back to the original, I don't know, and it is now a really nice beer. Big beer though, so just bear that in mind. It's not one you're going to be knocking 2 or 3 back. One is enough. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and as always, I'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye for now.